Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in into another of my podcast episodes slash YouTube videos. What we're gonna review today is Altered Carbon Netflix series that came out a couple years ago. It's a very futuristic series. It's live action. It has great actors and a great story that really drags me in. It's set in a very different future than what we expect. In this future in Altered Carbon, we're way ahead in the scientific discoveries. We traveled through the stars. We were able to find another civilization. We took that technology, we adapted it for us as humans, and we were able to transfer our conscience from body to body. You're able to change bodies, and your mind is still there. Your memories is still there. Kind of like what Elon Musk is kind of doing with the chip, but they call it a stack. It's just a little metal that goes in the back of your head, and it has a blue light when you're alive, and when you're dead, it's just no more light. And it's very interesting to think about it. It's a concept that, as human, of course, interests you and you want to look into. And this is the main hook of the whole story. We see the main guy come out in the first couple seconds, body in one scene and another body in 5 minutes later in another scene. And they ask him how long he's been out. Well, he asked how long he's been out. They said 250 years. So it's like, oh wow, the whole 5 minutes is just intriguing and a really good for you to keep watching. So the main character of this very interesting story is Takashi Kovacs. We see his story through the whole series little by little. He was a kid with a rough life that had a family. His mom got murdered by his father. He had a sister, and to protect his sister and him, he had to kill his father. From there, they give him the opportunity to become pretty much a soldier. He becomes a soldier. Then he has to leave everything behind because of this. He leaves his sister. He doesn't have contact with his sister later on in the story. He comes to find his sister again, and everything they told him that they were gonna take care of his sister, it was just a pure lie. He rebels and becomes a mercenary. He becomes everything he used to hunt down, and it's a very interesting story. He becomes what they call an envoy. Pretty much is just like a soldier on steroids. It's really interesting to see this whole set of events develop through the series. What I really like about the series is that you see Kovacs being the bad guy at the beginning, the mercenary, the one that killed a lot of people, the one that many things that were wrong and incorrect. And you see him build himself to be actually the most humane person at the end of the first season. We're talking about the first season only here. We see that the humans in that story with the money, the power, that are able to transfer their conscience from body to body, and they have lived a very long time. I actually the most heartless, coldest, and less human people in the whole story. You see how money just deteriorates a soul, and living more than anybody else deteriorates a soul, and it's very poignant into this series and how power corrupts. It's very key points into this series, and then the person that you don't expect to be a good person is the actual good person. When you look at the story of Altered Carbon, I believe there's a couple books or a book about it. It's a very interesting story. I still gotta read. I want to go deeper.